also just like to take a personal note of privilege to say, please keep Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s name out of your mouths.
Yes. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Hey, my little piggies, welcome back to the Chan, and today we have one of my favorite people, Representative Ayanna Pressley, Democrat from Massachusetts, once again, a race-baiting psychopath.
I mean, what do you think you are, for Christ's sake, crazy or something?
That loves to be like, after she says stuff like, what you gonna see? Like that, all of that black lady attitude. Black girl magic! Could never be wrong about anything, and here she is. She has a serious problem with a new bill that's coming out. H.R. 8706, the Dismantle DEI Act. We all love the idea of dismantling DEI, like give me a break. Everybody hates this. Just the idea of equity in general is so disgusting to me, and to think that it gets legislated into our laws and into the practices of companies absolutely makes me sick. But Pressley has a serious problem. She wants to put forth an amendment from the proposed Dismantle DEI Act, because of course she's going to go on here about like, how can we talk about anti-racism or reverse racism when we won't even acknowledge actual racism? Huh? What you got to say about that? As if we can't acknowledge racism. It's all you bloody people talk about. We can't let it go because you won't stop talking about it. I mean, what was it that Morgan Freeman said? You're a man, I'm a man. You're not a white man, I'm not a black man. We're both just men. I have a great idea how we can get rid of racism. Let's stop talking about it.
How are we going to get rid of racism until...
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man. And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
And Pressley here is going to go on and say that this bill is saying you're not allowed to talk about racism. Thereby, you're trying to pretend it doesn't exist and blah, blah, blah. Like, jeez, I can't stand these freaking people. Let's get into it right away. And we'll see basically the crux of her main argument here.
This bill titled the Dismantling DEI Act is an utter disgrace. Having sat and read the text in preparation for today's markup, I have yet another example to tell my constituents about the unserious work of the Republican Party. Now, I'll work with anyone serious about progress who wants to center the people who call this country home. This isn't it. The Committee on Oversight has the broadest jurisdiction in the entire House of Representatives to investigate any topic it chooses, but we are debating legislation that denies the sky is blue, water is wet, and racism is real. The major provision of the bill says to ban anything that acknowledges racism. And a few pages later in the exact same bill, there are multiple provisions discussing the presence of racism. This Republican approach is as predictable as it is nonsensical.
How about it, you creep, you lunatic?
Total lunatic Republicans.
On one hand, they're saying that racism does not exist. On the other hand, they are saying there is rampant reverse racism. Well, how do you reverse something that never existed in the first place? Riddle me that. While this Republican policy may have a new name, it's the same old tired game. Look, y'all are entitled to your opinions, but not a denial of the facts. Do you all know your history? Do you know American history?
Do you guys even know your history? Do you know the history of your country? I hate attitude like this. I hate when I'm having a discussion with somebody, and it almost always happens with women or immature men, where they can't help being catty and snippy and snarky, and they say things like that. Like if you're talking about the sky being blue and you're like, oh, it's kind of off blue, and they're like, no, it's navy blue, and you're like, oh, I guess it's or what, you have no eyes? Did your mama not teach you what colors were? And it's like, geez, okay, relax. Calm down. Like they always get insulting and snippy, and they love to do it with this air of like shaking their head like, what you gonna say about that? Like they have every right. Like they don't know how to speak to people properly. Like the minute you get irritated at somebody, you're allowed to be as rude and snarky as you want to them. And I am blown away that this stuff happens in the House of Representatives and in Congress. Although I guess we're lucky in America. I mean, you should go over to Australia. They're goddamn doing the haka dance and throwing each other the fingers in Parliament over there.
You guys do nothing but complain.
Please keep Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s name out of your mouths.
Yes.
Your perversion of his words and his mission when his children have asked you to stop invoking his name and perverting his work when he was a proud and unapologetic black man.
Yeah, because Democrats always like to do things you ask. We have asked you not to do this, but you keep doing it. And you're perverting our words. Hello? Talking about the pot calling the kettle black. What a bunch of garbage. And the whole keep Dr. Luther King's name out your mouth. Way to show that you ghetto. You ghetto, girl. All of y'all ghetto. No matter how much money they give you, no matter how much class you try to exude, when you pull back the layers, y'all ghetto all the time. You can't help it.
Fighting for equality for black Americans and all marginalized people.
Hey, if you appreciate what you're hearing right now and the fact that I'm a bit of a fiery dickhead with very little filter, then give us a like and a subscribe and a follow, and we'll make sure that we get you a lot more of this nonsense from Congress and my opinions on it.
So you all are entitled to your opinions, but not a denial of the facts. But I'm not surprised that you would deny American history. What I am, though, is committed. Committed to speaking truth to power, committed to standing up for marginalized communities and vulnerable people, committed to ensuring that everyone has equal opportunity to buy a house, to work a job, to pursue higher education, and to live in a society that is fair and just. A colleague across the aisle invoked the phrase of, we must do everything to stop government-sponsored oppression.
Oh my God. All these people want is government-sponsored everything. I mean, if they're concerned, they would have full-on socialism if they had their way, and the government would control absolutely everything, from how much meat you're allowed to buy to how much air you're allowed to bloody breathe. I can't stand the arrogance of these Dunning-Kruger second-year syndrome idiots who just think that because they got voted in, that actually means that you're smart. You're not smart.
We're from the State Mental Institution. This is Dr. Cheswick, Dr. Tabor, Dr. Scanlon. I'm Dr. McMurphy.
And after you've been doing this for half a decade to a decade, you pretty much sound like you know what you're talking about, even though you're nothing but a goddamn parrot. And what she's going on about here is the fact that she's putting in an amendment to this anti-DEI bill that talks about systematic racism, and basically none of her language is precise. She talks about boogeymen. Like when Ben Shapiro says, hey, there is no systematic racism. Show me a law that is racist and I will fight that law with you. But
show me the law.
But I can't just fight this system because there's systematic racism that doesn't exist. There is nothing that a black person can do that I can't do and reverse. It is illegal to do so. You can't not hire someone because of their race, the same way you can't not hire them because they're a man or a woman or whatever. And we know that that's definitely happening towards white men, but hey, we can't talk about that. But let's get right into the meat and potatoes here of Representative Clay Higgins, among many others, responding to Pressley, trying to tell her, hey, what you've written out here, this amendment, doesn't make any sense. You need to be specific. You can't just throw in buzzwords and pretend we're all just supposed to be like, oh, yep, right away. Just because you wrote this, we're all supposed to say yes. And if we don't agree with you, we're all just racist.
Further discussion? Seeing none? Yes.
I just want a point of clarification here. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We are addressing, this bill is being proposed to...
Oh, this is going to be Rep Brown. I love this lady. When I was talking about the kind of attitude, nobody has it more in Congress these days than this lady.
Address reverse racism, yet we're not willing to acknowledge racism.
Blink, blink. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all want to get rid of reverse racism, but you won't acknowledge actual racism? Blink, blink, stare at you with an attitude. God, I hate these people.
What just a point? What are you doing here?
I'm asking for clarification. If the bill that, the amendment that Ms. Pressley is proposing suggests that we just simply acknowledge that racism exists, and the fundamental point of your legislation is to deal with reverse racism, then I should ask you, what are we doing here?
I would assume you're asking Ms. Pressley the question.
No, I'm asking you.
See, and always with the attitude. Like, just look at the face on this lady. Man, it makes you sick. And she's going to call out Rep. Clow here, saying that, like, he's the guy who wrote the bill that Pressley's trying to amend and change, because obviously it's too racist for them. And she just thinks she's got the ultimate gotcha here. Like, look at her face. Like, well, if racism doesn't exist, how can reverse racism exist? Give me a break.
You might as well ask Ms. Pressley the question.
Well, maybe I should ask the author of this legislation, Mr. Cloud, trying to get clarity here. If we cannot agree that racism exists, but this legislation you're proposing is to deal with reverse racism, why are we here?
I think you answered the question in your question.
I don't think I did.
Oh boy, here we go. Sometimes I think I dislike Pressley, and then of course Ms. Brown starts speaking.
Racism
you do
is
not
racism.
want to acknowledge.
We have discussed that over and over. There's been no denouncement or statement that racism doesn't exist. We've talked about the fact that it indeed does, and it's a horrible condition of the human heart of some people that still does exist.
So you are supportive of Ms. Pressley's amendment then? It sounds like you are.
This rule of construction that's, by the way, being given to us at the last minute, one, us coming through figuring out what the intended consequences are, as these were not submitted in advance, as my bill was, is one of the challenges. There's no legal definition of what systemic racism is. I think we would want to talk about what government, what policies, and all those sort of things. So this is a pretty broad statement that I'm not sure I could support in the time I have to look at this.
All right, now here we go. Here's the good stuff. Representative Clay Higgins going to just let these ladies know you can't use words that don't have any real meaning. And he's going to let these ladies know if you want to bring forth an amendment like this, as far as your wording's concerned, you got to do better. We're not all weak-minded sheep that are just going to bend every time you wag your finger at us and call us the R word.
The chair recognizes Mr. Higgins.
Mr. Chairman, in the interest for transparent and candid response to my colleagues' query, the amendment is poorly written. It uses past tense and current tense in the same subject matter without indicating a shift in time.
Hey guys, we're going to let this play out, let Higgins put these ladies in their place. But if you like what you're hearing, leave us a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you on the next vid.
You're not just saying in a statement that we acknowledge that racism is a part of human nature and exists as part of the human construct. Of course, the corruption is born of the heart of man, not the mechanisms of man. Every one of us would recognize that racism exists throughout human history, in every culture, in every land. The sun never sets, nor has it, on some manifestation of racism throughout the history of man. Yes, there you go. Statement in Oversight Committee, part of the historical record now.
Little change never hurt, huh? Little variety.
But your amendment, the good lady has introduced an amendment which I oppose because it's very poorly written, and it's quite condemning of the American people and American society. What her amendment is saying is that prior acts of our nation and our forefathers before us have perpetuated systemic racism that currently exists in our country. You're asking us to say that America is systemically racist.
Show me the law.
And that's not the same as saying that just admit that racism exists, which is what you're stating when you discuss this. But in writ, it's quite different. So I oppose the amendment. Appreciate the effort, but no.